Hey, I've been listening to a new artist lately. Amazing, smooth, loungy jazz music, perfect for long car rides and stuff. Jazz Fruits Music. Strange band name, right? I thought so too, but I didn't really think much more of it because I don't tend to dive too deep into who the artists are behind music like this that's literally just made to blend right into the background. And eventually, Jazz Fruits Music became my go-to artist for things like long evening car rides and such. And I never thought anything more of this until at some point, on a plane on the way back home from California, I checked out the Spotify artist profile, and I was hit with nothing. Zero info on the actual artists behind all of this music, but about 10,000 more Spotify artist profiles, each containing a genre of music, the word fruits, and this strange and disturbing cartoon watermelon slice. These include, but are not limited to, chill fruits music, ambient fruits music, lo-fi fruits music, piano fruits music, hardstyle fruits music, and solfeggio healing frequencies. This is one of the strangest things I've ever come across.
So I did some more research because I felt as though I was onto something here. I just wasn't sure what yet. I found some more quote-unquote artist profiles on Spotify, including but not limited to Snuggles, a koala with AirPods, or Formal Chicken, with a profile picture that's very clearly a fucking penguin and not a chicken. And these were all sort of collaborating amongst one another. Like, the most listened to track on Snuggles' profile is one called Sunflower, featuring lo-fi and chill fruits music. Or this one, Keep Your Head Up by Lo-Fi Fruits Music, featuring Formal Chicken. And this all seems really strange, especially because 99% of this stuff doesn't have any vocals, and we are at a stage with AI now where you can pretty accurately recreate the sound of instrumental music alone. But I don't currently have any proof that it's AI-generated music. This is just a suspicion. So let's dig a bit deeper. Let's maybe check out some of the artists' social media profiles, see what's going on there. Like Formal Chicken. 705 followers, and the latest post is from April 2nd, 2021. And of course, every single post is just a random image of the same fucking cartoon penguin in different situations, with captions that don't even seem AI-generated anymore. They seem like somebody's mocking how bad generative AI is. Now, my initial suspicion was that this is all music created by Spotify themselves using AI and uploaded to their own platform so that they can pocket 100% of the revenue instead of distributing 70% of it to artists and labels. And there is a reason I thought this way. Spotify, for as long as it's existed, has never been profitable. Sure, the company made money for some time, but they've been struggling for a long time, and if you think about it, it makes sense. Because the concept of a finite pot of money every month, 70% of which continuously gets paid out to the artists who are the only reason anybody is subscribing to the platform, is not profitable. And if you don't believe me, just look at some of the asinine ways Spotify has been trying to make some extra money over the past couple of years. Paying insane sums of money to podcasters to make their podcasts Spotify exclusive and keep people away from competitors. Granted, this one I don't find that stupid because it is literally the only thing still tying me personally to Spotify, but in the grand scheme of things, it was not a success. They've also tried selling completely obsolete and nonsensical Spotify car accessories, which had to be recalled for the most part because they fucking sucked. And the CEO, Daniel Ek, or as I like to call him, Daniel Egg, a man who himself looks AI-generated, clearly has no problem with AI-generated music. I am, however, confident beyond a reasonable doubt that this is AI-generated music, and that is partially because Jazz Fruits Music, only one of the music projects involved here, has released 8 full-length albums so far this year. It's August. And every single title on every single one of these albums and songs just gives off the most vague vibe of like some sort of swanky, speakeasy-looking whiskey and cigar bar. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll prove my point. I've just had ChatGPT whip up a few sort of swanky-sounding smooth jazz song titles, and I'm gonna mix them in with some real ones I found on Spotify on the Jazz Fruits Music profile, and I'm gonna have a few of my good YouTube friends guess which ones are real and which ones I just pulled out of my ass using generative AI.
But first, if you make YouTube videos in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna need a few seconds of your time. If not, feel free to skip this. Today's video is brought to you by me. More specifically, my in-depth YouTube school and course, Longform YouTube Mastery. Now, before you hit up the comments to tell me I don't have the credentials to teach people YouTube, you hear me out. and then comment. This here is my second channel, 7 String TV. I started this quite recently. It's currently sitting at 3,000 subscribers, and the views on each of the past 10 videos have not only insanely exceeded that number, but as of a month ago, have actually been making me money. At 3,000 subscribers, this channel is not only monetized, but pulling in views that some channels with 25,000 aren't pulling. And that is neglecting what I've built and achieved with this channel, 6 String TV, that is closing in on 40,000. Not convinced yet? Alright, if you've watched any video in the past couple of months on, say, Andrew Boehner's channel, a channel with many more subscribers than mine, odds are the title and thumbnail that made you click were made by me. So if you have a YouTube channel that isn't pulling the numbers that you wanted it to, if you sit and refresh YouTube Studio every 45 minutes hoping for new views or comments and there just aren't any, then Longform YouTube Mastery is for you. The actual course this school revolves around is available as a one-time purchase through the link in my description for $97.99. But if you actually want one-on-one in-depth consultation on topics like video structure, thumbnails, titles, descriptions, reading YouTube Studio analytics, all of that crap, my subscription-based YouTube school, LYM Academy, is also available in the description. I've helped multiple channels achieve numbers beyond what they thought were possible in such a short time frame because I've spent the past years of my life learning the ins and outs of this platform. So if you're a YouTuber and you're struggling, stop. Link in the description, back to the video.
So, we're gonna play a game of 2 truths and 1 lie. I've had ChatGPT generate some song titles for imagine a swanky sort of leather seat, cigar, humidor, whiskey bar with, they serve espresso martinis and shit like that. And the kind of music that plays in the background there, like smooth jazz type shit.
Okay.
I've prepared 6 rounds. Each round has 3 song titles, 2 of which I pulled off of Spotify. Those are real songs. And 1 I just pulled out of my ass using generative AI. A. Summer Nights. B. Take It Easy. C. Enchanted Evening.
Those are all horrible. Are you serious? Okay, Enchanted Evening is definitely AI.
So you were correct.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure Take It Easy and Summer Nights are real songs, so let's go C on that one, is the fake one.
You were right. Enchanted
Okay.
Evening is fake.
Enchanted Evening is the fake one.
Fuck you. That's correct. A. Flowing Liquor. B. Martini Mystique. C. Fresh Grass.
They all sound a little bit suspect, to be honest. Fresh grass sounds the most strange.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The fake one is B. Martini Mystique.
Thought that one was fake too, and the first one, but fair enough, fair enough.
Martini Mystique.
Fuck, you're a bit too good at this. Okay. Shit.
It's a bit too obvious.
I feel like Flowing Liquor is the fake one.
The fake one is Martini Mystique.
No way! That sounds like such a jazz song!
A. Refined Rhythms. B. Jazz Delight. C. Rainy Night Jazz.
I'm gonna go C. Rainy Night Jazz, that's fake.
The fake one is Refined Rhythms.
Damn it! I wanted to say that at first.
The first one.
Correct.
Refined Rhythms.
Shit. Okay. A. Spread My Wings. B. I Will Return. C. Effervescent Echoes.
Spread my wings.
Fake one is Effervescent Echoes.
That's the only one I was sure was real.
Effervescent Echoes.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna say B on this one. Come on.
Effervescent Echoes.
I just...
A. Velvet Dreams. B. Whispering Winds. And C. Whispering Echoes.
See, this one is harder. Velvet Dreams.
It's Whispering Echoes.
Oh, okay.
C.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, I'm 2 for 5.
Whispering Echoes.
That is correct. Poor choice in retrospect because Whispering Echoes is not a thing. A. Break of Down. Not Dawn. Down. B. Good Meal. And C. Apparently.
My gut wants to go with A. Break of Downs.
The obvious thing is that break of down sounds like a syntax error. The first one is the one that does sound the most not real to me.
It's between Break of Dawn for sure and Good Meal. I'm gonna go with.
Apparently is not a red flag to you? Okay.
It's not. Break of Dawn, so I don't know.
This was a trick one. These are all real.
They're all real. I love that there's a jazz song called Apparently. When you said this was a trick question, I thought you were about to say they were all fake.
Nah.
All right.
These are all real.
I knew you were gonna put a trick one in there, man.
Very mixed results, but all in all, quite affirming. These titles are junk. Now, the reason I ended up going back on my theory that this was quite simply Spotify trying to pocket the revenue off of hundreds of millions of streams was initially the fact that record labels have 100% of the leverage over the platform, and they would be rather displeased with this. But digging a bit deeper, I was also able to find out that Fruits Music is a tech company based in the Netherlands, and it is run by this guy, one Steve Void. I sent Steve an email inquiring about a few things, mainly whether or not Fruits Music relies on AI-generated music, but for some reason, my email kept bouncing back to me and never made it through to him. There was also a contact form on the Fruits Music website, but nobody replied to the email I sent through there either. And the reason I don't buy the premise of Fruits Music being a record label like they claim they are is threefold. A, there are no artist credits to be found anywhere. Legitimately nowhere. And not just the actual artists, but no producers, no songwriters, nothing. Maybe it's anonymous session musicians just being hired to record the music. That still wouldn't fix the production or songwriting issue, but maybe. Except that's where point B comes in. 8 full-length albums in less than 7 months is a turnover time of 3.5 weeks per album. Not only would it be impossible to do this with one band, but this is supposed to be an entire jazz ensemble, meaning it would be impossible to pay all of these people for all this work anyway without hemorrhaging money. Yeah, sure, they have some tracks with millions of streams, maybe even tens and hundreds of millions, but even those wouldn't cover all the expenses for hired musicians for all of this music. And if you just look at some random B-side track off of any of these albums, it's going to have a couple of thousand, maybe a couple of 10,000 streams. Fruits Music would be absolutely bleeding money if their business expenses for this music were any higher than like $13.50 a month for some generative AI like Suno. And C, this is what you find when looking up Fruits Music on LinkedIn. Fruits Music also has its own very weird and marginally worse version of Marshmello, you know, that sort of anonymous DJ with the marshmallow hat? Well, in the Fruits Music cinematic universe, he is called Melon and has a melon slice for a head. Of course he does. It is of course quite convenient for this guy to be anonymous because it falls in line quite nicely with the pattern of there being 0 songwriting credits on any of this fucking music. If this guy had a name, then it'd be weird for him to not be credited on any of the music. But this way, you could just put a melon helmet on some guy for a photo shoot and pretend you have a real artist. Allegedly. Now, I don't like artists complaining about AI music to no end. It's sort of become the go-to thing to complain about instead of actually making music, and then when they turn around and wonder why they have no listeners because they've been complaining instead of writing music, they again start blaming it on external factors like this. But that doesn't mean AI music isn't terrible for the industry, because it certainly is. And while I don't actually have any solid proof that that's what this company is doing, all signs do point towards it, and I feel like you should be intelligent enough to use the information I've provided to form your own opinion. But yes, AI music is terrible for the industry, especially on the scale that we're talking about here, where some of these songs, again, have tens or hundreds of millions of streams. Because all of those streams are coming from real people who could have instead been supporting a real artist or producer making bangers from their dorm room with a teenage engineering keyboard. For instance, instead of giving lo-fi Fruits music so much as one more listen, you could be listening to somebody like Burbank if you're into that kind of music. I used to put this stuff on to kind of fall asleep back when I was using music to fall asleep, and I can verify that guy's a real artist. Now, I thought about sort of offering some substitute real artists for all of the junk under the Jazz Fruits music umbrella, but then I realized that fortunately I don't really listen to hardstyle or any of the genres of music that come out of this weird Dutch tech company, and so I ditched that idea pretty quickly. I don't really have a conclusion for this video because it's not like I was able to confront anybody from this company to have a definitive answer to close out this video with. So what I'd like to close it out with is a formal request that you mentally, for legal reasons, place the word allegedly in front of every sentence in this video, because it is all speculation. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to check out Longform YouTube Mastery in the video description if your YouTube channel is lacking. Most recent video, subscribe somewhere down there if you feel like it. All my links are in the description, and I'll see you around.